Hey, concrete friends. Welcome to the Joy of Concrete. This is the channel where we make beautiful things out of concrete. Today, we're going to upcycle. We're going to upcycle a mold. Let's do it. Let's take a look at what we got. Okay. Milk jug. Tofu dessert container. You're going to need a knife. 2A tape. Spray. Oh. Sharpie? Okay. I think that's everything. Milk jug. Tofu container. Some other bits. This thing too. Let's just jump right into it. So we're going to make a concrete mold out of some found objects. This is what we do. What I'm doing right now is I'm measuring the height of our tofu container so I know where to cut our jug off. That gives us about 3/4 of an inch extra once we get concrete in here. This is a milk jug. Boom, 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 and boom, and boom. Sharpie. You like that? Not tall enough. Kind of does that. Not well. So, but we got a purpose for this. We're gonna use it for something. Don't worry. Okay. Now, X-Acto knife time. Don't want to have your blade out too far. Be super careful. This is the tool everyone hurts themselves with. Everyone. Just gonna cut. There we go. Looking good. Just checking my marks. Okay. And we're gonna cut. One more cut. See if we can line these up. Right there to there. Being real careful. And oh, we got it. That's cool too. We'll come back to you, milk jug. It's actually pretty cool. Oh, I should have cut this off. I should have cut the milk jug off. No, wait. How would that work? Huh. Oh, this is cool too. We're going to cover this up though. Now I'm hoping, yes, and maybe a little trim. Just about perfect, but it's going to be big on the sides. That's okay. And then these sides, stuff's getting in the way. So I'm going to just take these scissors, trim away here. You can do this too. You can do whatever you want to do. Trim it up, trimming it up. We're making a concrete mold. We're going to make some concrete stuff today. And we're going to do the whole thing together. You and I. Trim that with scissors. You can follow along at home. You can just be inspired and make your own whatever. You don't have to make, it doesn't have to be a milk jug and a tofu container. But I bet you've got some sort of food packaging. Some sort of food packaging or cleaner packaging. You've got packaging from something that you purchase. And I know you're thinking, I'm going to recycle it. And recycling is great. I'm glad that you're going to recycle it. But I would also say recycling is challenging because not everywhere has recycling, and some things are actually really energy intensive to recycle, which is also a big. So what we're going to do right now, and some things are almost impossible to recycle. Plastic is a real turkey, and ideally we could all cut down on our plastic use, and I do as much as I can, and I'm working at it. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at single-use plastic, everybody, I promise. But I'm also like, even if I'm getting better, I still see single-use plastic. I work in an office with lots of people, and there's still some things I can only buy. And maybe should I just boycott those items and be like, I'm never buying little tofu desserts? Or learn to make little delicious tofu desserts at home? Yeah, should I do that? I should, probably. But I haven't yet. So I'm still, you know what, my kids like these too. Okay. But I'm getting better. But something that you can do is you can take your single-use plastics and you can turn them into concrete molds. Make your own little concrete objects. And you know what? You can actually, shoot, did I cut my glove? I didn't. You can make some cool concrete things. And you can use the molds a bunch of times. Maybe use it once, and then put it in the recycling. That's makes a difference. So here we go, making a difference, one concrete mold at a time. Milk jugs, these are pretty recyclable, I think. If you have an idea of how recyclable a milk jug is, how easy is it? What do you got to do? It's got a coating. Coatings are trouble with recycling. Lots of things can't be recycled because of coatings. So it's one thing that makes me, I'm curious about milk jugs, but if somebody knows about recycling milk jugs and how it's done and like what, something you could just Google, but I could just Google this. I'm not going to. I'm going to wait till you tell me. I'd be curious to know. So here we go. So you see what I was doing when I was talking? I put 2A, this is carpet tape, outdoor carpet tape. Very sticky, and I like using it for making molds. And this is like huge, I'm big 3M shill. So I'm big plug to Scotch tape. You're the best. And another big plug to canned drink. I love canned drink. Oh, that's refreshing. That's one refreshing. That's one refreshing canned drink. Okay, now I'm just lowering my little tofu container down in. It looks pretty even. Take my Sharpie and I just want to push that flange down. I want to make sure my carpet tape does adhere to the inside. Push it down, Sharpie. I could use my finger, but my fingers are fat. So I'm going to use a Sharpie. Okay. That feels pretty secure. We're getting there. We're getting there, people. I'm curious how long this video is going to take, but I'm starting to get optimistic. Are you? You should be. Cutting board away. Speed square away. The speed square stainless steel. This stainless steel speed square by Empire. Super useful. Thanks, Empire. Thanks for letting me buy this. If you send me one for free, I'll use it too. What else can I plug? These are the Olfa L2. Probably one of my favorites. 18 millimeter blade, snap off, made in Japan. These are nice. Yes, made in Japan. Olfa. When I hear the name, I'm like, it's like Scandinavian Olfa, but made in Japan. I love them. I love this. My favorite thing. One of my favorite tools ever. Cut myself with them a bunch of times. I have no doubts that I will cut myself on camera at some point in time. It will happen. Ugh. But I try to be super careful. So things you can do to be super careful with your knife. Don't put your blade out too far. Just keep it out a little bit. And ideally, don't put your blade out past a break point where these little lines are scored in. Your blade should be below break points, and that's really how you should be using an X-Acto knife. I don't. I sometimes use it like this. I'm a renegade, and I'm cutting something soft but deep. Foam. I use it for cutting, shaping foam. But don't do that. I've cut myself lots of times doing that. It's bad news. You can break, blade breaks off, you slip. Whew, not good. So here we go. Wolfa, only the best. More plugs. Sharpies. I love Sharpies. What else? Henkel scissors. Oh, wonderful. These are great. These are great. I think that's everything. Not quite. Sriracha water, but don't get the one from Dollarama because it's awful. This is this is this one. We dumped it out. We couldn't eat it. Not edible. Funky, mad funky sriracha water. It doesn't even smell right. Works for a repurposed water bottle, but oh boy, not getting that again. Never again. Gray matter. How much are we gonna need? Gray matter. What's gray matter? Gray matter is concrete. It's our. Oh, I don't have a putty knife. I've got a wee one. Go with this. Dang it. Or go get putty knives. Let's just use it. Here we go. Gray matter is concrete. Gray matter is concrete. It's a concrete that we invented. I invented, we invented, whoever. It's a concrete that we use and for making art, making beautiful things, because I had a really ridiculous time sourcing good, nice concrete. There's junky concrete that you can get anywhere. And then there's like really nice concretes. And nice concretes, you have to buy them from fancy concrete companies, and fancy concrete companies only sell nice concretes to like high-end, giant commercial construction companies. So if you think you're gonna go buy a nice concrete, you're not gonna, because you're just a guy. And so that was my story. I couldn't get nice concrete. I wanted to make nice things. The stuff from the hardware store was not cutting it. And I was able to get a research grant. I was able to get a research grant from the province of Alberta to design a mix that is for art, just for making art. And I did it. And this was the result, gray matter. So the grant paid for like scientists. It sounds dumb, right? I'm like, oh, what did you use the grant for? It's like, the grant was for a scientist. But yeah, I'm an artist. I'm not a concrete genius. But I needed it. Is that enough for this? But I needed it. So we got a grant. That's enough. I'm going to have extra. We're going pigment. I kind of already know the color. No, I need to reserve a bit. Okay, never mind. Let's just start mixing. It's like making pasta. So why a special concrete for art? What does that mean? Strength. Why did I need special concrete? I needed special concrete because I was making things that were exceeding the mechanical properties of concrete that you can get from the hardware store. Just regular everyday concrete, it has limitations. It has strength limitations, it has speed limitations, and I was to the point where it's like, no, I don't want to be limited. I want to make whatever I want to make, and I want to make it out of concrete, but it's got to perform. So what that means is being able to make thinner, smaller things, for one. Regular concrete's designed to make big things. So, I'm not saying you can't make big things out of this, but regular concrete will 100% have limitations on how small of things you can make out of it. Which means detail. You know what is small? Details. So that's one of the big limitations. So that was a big limitation. So there's nothing that big in here. There's no big rocks. That's one of the things that you'll find in regular everyday concrete. Rocks that are pretty big, like as big as my thumb. Which means that you're limited that if you have a rock that's as big as your thumb, you probably don't want detail, lots of detail at least, that is thumb-sized, because it'll just fill up with a rock, or a rock will block it off and no concrete will go into that area. So that's why having big stuff, you can put big stuff in here. If you want to, and you buy some gray matter, you can put big rocks into it if you want. I'm not going to stop you. But it doesn't start with them, because some people don't need them. And not only do some people not need big rocks in their concrete, some people, it'd be a huge detriment. So what are the other things? Curing quickly is a huge one. Concrete from the hardware store to hit, well, this goes hand in hand with strength a little bit. So rather than saying curing quickly, hitting its at least maximum strength, not maximum strength, but hitting a strength high enough that it can be taken out of a mold, taken out of a form, and handled and shipped in a reasonable fashion with reasonable care. Regular hardware store concrete, the concrete that most people are familiar with, you need to leave it in like a week. It's got to stay in forms for like a week if you're going to handle it and not have to be super dear with it, because it's not going to get that strong. Even in a week, regular hardware store concrete is going to hit like 2,000 PSI, 2,500 PSI for strength. Gray matter is going to hit like 7,000 or 8,000 PSI in strength in 4 hours, depending on what you're doing. We could say a worst case scenario, 4,000 PSI. At its very best case scenario, perfect curing conditions, perfect moisture, you could hit 6,000 in 4 hours, maybe 7. There's a few big maybes in that equation, but sets up very quickly, and in 28 days, you could be sitting north of 10,000 PSI, folks, easily. Very strong. Under the right curing conditions are key. Under the right curing conditions, 15, 16,000 PSI. Easy. That's crazy. But let's say under very, very normal, regular curing it in your house, in a couple of days, you're going to be 4 times the strength. In like 4 hours, you're going to be double the strength that hardware store concrete is in a week. And if you give it 24 hours, you're going to be 4 times. That's crazy. Okay, that's a great consistency. Look at this. We're at 18 minutes, folks. This is going to be one long video. Okay. Separating our concrete. Getting into the groove. Here we go. Generic canned drink. Oh, that's fresh. That's one fresh drink. Canned drink. Mineral pigments. So this is the other big part of the equation. I wanted to color. As an artist, I wanted to put lots of color and emotion into my concrete work. And everyone I talked to about it thought it was a dumb idea and wouldn't help me and was like totally not helpful. Like everybody, lots of people, pigment manufacturers, concrete supply stores, everybody. If I wanted to get colors that weren't like different shades of gray or earth tones and use them regularly in my concrete work, Everyone thought I was mental. And that was super frustrating. Super frustrating. So that's the second, like, well, what are we, second? Another perk of gray matter in our whole deal is that we built a concrete mix from the ground up to be pigmented. Our whole point is that it's like, yeah, we're going to be mixing pigments in. And we want it to perform well, meaning we want consistency and we want colors to really pop. So we want everything to be designed and worked around a system. So that's why, well, that's just why. So here we go. I put white pigment in there. If you take a look at this, it's not white. It's like a bone gray kind of color, but that's about as white as I want it. I can go whiter. I could add more white. I could add more white. I could add a little bit of blue. I may add a little bit of blue into a portion of it. Actually, it could be fun. Okay, I'm liking that. A little bit of blue in with the white. Looking delish. Now this guy, what do we do with you? Okay, let's go. What color? What color? Blue, white. Oh, man. Gray bottom. Black could be nice. Let's go something dark. Oh, running low on black pigment. Okay. I've been doing a lot of dark with blue in it. But what happens if we go... If I go dark with red, we're probably just going to get brown. Go some kind of intense brown. Let's go dark with red. Go a decent amount of red. This is probably not be great. Okay. I predict brown. Maybe something else. Maybe not brown. Maybe like a blood clot in color. That could be real nice. All right, here we go. This cloud and sky over here. And this one we got a real earthy something. Here we go. It's coming together. What do we got? Oh, it's rich. Should I leave it like this? We got a little bit of everything going on. I'm tempted to leave it. I think I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it. Okay. What did we get? We got a real rich color. I'm going to let those colors set in a little bit. Blood. Very gritty. Very gritty. Oh my goodness. Oh. It's real. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's gory. Contrast. This is called contrast, folks. But this is what I want. I want to get these deep, rich, crazy colors. Crazy colors. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Here's our mold, our found object mold. Let's get into it. Look at this. I'm just going to pinch this around here like that. Scoop a little bit out. Oh, homo. We got something here. We got something. Scoop some. Drop it in. Scoop a little more. And just get in there. Tapping it. Oh, this is crazy. This is a crazy one. I didn't expect this. But we got some rich color. This is a new fun combo. I'm very psyched about it. Oh, good. I'm gonna save some blue. We're gonna have some leftovers. These are beautiful colors. Okay, You up and out of the way. I think that's enough, maybe just a wee bit more. We're close. Okay, let's just, time to tap for a little bit. We gotta tap this, okay? So, what were we talking about? Concrete for art? I'm working out of abandoned buildings. I'm a renegade concrete freak. Yeah. So I don't have fancy equipment. I'm guerrilla. I'm a guerrilla concrete guy-o, which means I gotta do everything by hand. So look at this, we're just vibrating. This is us. Just tapping it out, tapping the air out of here. Gray matter is self-leveling, self-consolidating, meaning the air just wants to shoot out. We could leave it, and the air's probably gonna come out on its own. I like to give it some encouragement. Just cheer it on just for a little bit. And also because it's self-consolidating, the bottom's gonna get nice and flat for us. But we're doing something special today, everybody. Remember, we talked about this other little piece that we had kicking around. And I'm gonna take some water, and I'm gonna dip this piece in the water a couple times. Dip, 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 dip. Okay. Drip it off. I don't want too much excess. Okay, we're gonna center this like this. Very centered. Okay, I like that. We're gonna tap this. Weird. Okay. That should be in there. Goodbye. Goodbye. Let's see. We're gonna leave that for a little bit and see what we made. That was a funky one. Thanks, everybody. Catch you on the cured side. Funky. Hey, everybody. It's time. We are back. And this is our found object mold, upcycled mold. So first off, I've got this other component that we had made earlier in an earlier video that if you were watching, I jammed it into the wet concrete and you see concrete kind of pushed in around it here and here. And we've got a really good mechanical bond. This thing is not coming apart. So this, I didn't really have too much of a plan. I don't have a plan. I just grabbed some bits, started putting them together, made this thing. Time to demold. Now, I think we're going to need the assistance of our X-Acto. So I'm just going to take the X-Acto, very carefully get it kind of in behind here. Okay, good. And start a little rip. I don't want to go against my concrete with the X-Acto blade because it'll wreck it. Put a big gouge in it. So I'm just going to get. That's what I want to do. I want to just rip the paper off. Okay. Easy enough. And that's our last piece right there. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, so let's have a look. Don't need this anymore. Put that into the recycling. Now, we can see my tape. Let me pull that off. And we can see the plastic, but look what happened. Some concrete got in under the tape. So what do? What do we do here? We want to be careful. We want to be careful not to pull this up. If we pull up like this, if we pull that up, we're going to create lots of chip out all along here. Might even chip this whole edge right off. So rather than pull up, I actually want to push down. There we go. Pushing down should give us, look at that, a pretty uniform break right across. I'm just going to take this putty knife and slip in behind our crack out and see if I can, there we go, remove the rest. And then we got a little bit of a just barely kind of caught on there, and I'm not sure what to do here. I'm going to see if I can just chip a little bit of that away. Off. The blue concrete up under my glasses into my eye. I'm okay, folks. Don't worry about me. Okay, there. Separated. Let's see if we can, is this gonna just be kind? There we go. And there we go. Gotcha. Can we use this again? Look at this. Can we see that? We're gonna PP number 5 recycling. So should be able to recycle this, no problem. But I like these containers for even like doing mixing in, so I'm gonna save it. We haven't really wrecked it. Throw it over there into my pile. And here's what we made today over the course of a day and a bit. It is, it's a little planter. You could plant something in there. It's got pretty wild colors. You can use it as a dish, and it's got a nice little foot on it too. Here. There it is. So something a little bit different today, but not that crazy either. And I made it out of some found concrete objects, Philadelphia cream cheese. This was a cognac candy thing, like a jelly. This insert section here. Bottom of a milk jug, tofu dessert container. So a few found objects and assembling, and we got some wild colors in there too. It's like clouds in blood. Wild, beautiful, and easy. Made this with found objects. Very inexpensive mold, and I don't know what's going to happen to it next, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun to fool around and make something with you, and I hope you had fun too. And I hope this inspired you to make something of your own. So if you were inspired, could you leave a comment below and just say, hey, this is what I was inspired to make. And if you liked the video, like, subscribe, hit that notification button. I'll make more videos like this. Up to you. You can say, and I'll respond. But I still, even if you don't say anything, I'll probably still keep making concrete stuff because I think it's fun. And I'm hoping that at least one other person out there, one person thinks this is fun and wants to follow along with me and make things. Because, I don't know, there's just not enough people making concrete stuff. And there could be a lot more. This could be just like pottery. There's millions and millions of potters, and pottery has this rich heritage of making things. Concrete can be the same way. Concrete is like a very low entry point, an easy entry point to creating something that is similar to pottery in a lot of ways, and has lots of very analogous to pottery with coloration, form, use case after you're finished. So just the hope is to inspire you to create along with me. Looking for more info, you can hit concreteconcrete.com. Got lots of free information, guides, color charts, instructions on there for you. So thanks, everybody. I hope you had fun making this thing with me. I had fun making it, and maybe